Right, so we've got to start looking at some triangles and the way triangles work and look. So everything that is 3D has a base and a height. The base is the part that is touching the floor. The height is how tall it is. It's a line from the bottom to the top that goes up perpendicularly. You might remember from year 4 that perpendicular means it goes up at a right angle. So these are all going up at a right angle at 90 degrees. So we can see the base, and so we can see the base of all these shapes and the height. Now, this is important in shape because it helps us work out the area of a triangle. So let's have a look at some triangles. So here I have some triangles. Now, the first thing I need to be able to do is I need to know which side is which. So I'm going to label them. Ooh, let's have a white pen so I can see. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. That tells me which line is which. That's important that I know that. So I know that this line here is line AC because it goes from A to C. It goes from corner A to corner C. I know that this line here is AB because it goes from A to B. This line here is BC because it goes from B to C. This line here is AB. What I might also do is sometimes, if you've got to find the height, you might need to draw a line. We'll talk about that a bit more later. If I were to do that, I might add an extra letter, so that might be D. So that line I've just drawn is BD. So how do we find the base? Well, let's have a look at this one first. So we have our corners A, B, C. Our base is usually the bottom of the triangle. So the question might tell us that the base of this triangle is line AB. So we need to find the height. And the height is a line that goes from the base to the top and it goes up at a right angle. Yeah, so that line, and I might need to make it slightly smaller, goes up at a right angle from the top to the bottom. It's perpendicular, okay? I haven't got a letter at the bottom there, so let's add a letter. So line AB is the base, line CD is the height. So AB is the base, CD is the height. Let's have a look at this one. A, B, C. Now, this might be a little bit more confusing. The question might tell me that this is a right angle. Okay. It might also tell me that line CB is the base. So I need to find the line that's going at a right angle to this line. And that line is AC. So this line is going at a right angle. So AC is the height, BC is the base. Okay, sometimes it's quite easy. So for example, here in this right angle triangle here. So if I added my letters, A, B, C, it might say that line AB is the base. So we need to find the line that's going from the bottom to the top at a right angle. So we can see our right angle here. That means that this line here is our height. Okay, this one here, if the base is, I'll just try my letters on, B, C. If the base is AB, you might think that the height would be CD, but that is wrong. And why is it wrong? Because that's not at a right angle. It has to be at a right angle. Remember when we looked at the squares. So it's got to go up at a right angle from the bottom to the top. That's going up just about at a right angle. We need to add an extra letter there. So the height there would be CD. So the base would be AB, the height would be CD. So I've got another triangle here, and this is a bit trickier, okay? So if I add my letters, I have a problem. If I know that line AB is the base, I need to work out how to find the height. Now, the highest point on this triangle is here, so this is the highest bit. But I can't use this line because it's not going up at a right angle. That's an obtuse angle there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to draw a bit of an extra line. So I'm going to have to draw a line going out along so that I can then draw my line going perpendicular to the ground, to the height, there. And I'll add my letter so the height is CD. That's the same as if I had a bookcase leaning that way. The height wouldn't be going along there, it would be going from the floor to the top, straight up. The height always goes straight up when we've got the base at the bottom. And a similar one. So I know that AB is the base. I know that this is the height. That's the highest part. So I need to draw a line straight down there. At a parallel line, so that if I made that line longer, that would be at a right angle. So I put my letter there. CD would be the height. And remember that this isn't actually a part of the triangle. We've just imagined that bit to help us. This is the only part of the triangle, so the base is AB. Now I've got something a bit more complicated here. So it's saying, the question says, if AB is the base, what is the height? So let's make it easy. Let's have a look at AB. Let's draw a line along AB. So this is line AB. So I need to find the line that's going at a right angle to line AB. So that one is not going at a right angle. That's not a right angle. That's not a right angle. This has got the little square, so it is a right angle. So this is the height. And all I've done is flip that triangle upside down. So the height would be CD. Bit more confusing this time. So if line AC is a base, what's the height? Let's find line AC. This is line AC, so we need to find the line that's at a right angle to this line. Okay, let's have a look at the options. It's not this one here, because that's not a right angle. It's not here, because that's not a right angle. There would be a little square. It's not this one, because there'd be a little square there. It's not this one. There'd be a little square there touching the yellow line. The only place where that is here. That means this line is the height. Okay, remember, right angles. It's always at a right angle, okay? My drawing's a bit off, but this diagram is telling us it's a right angle, so we need to believe. This time, BC is the base. So let's find line BC. This is line BC. It's a right way up, so it's a bit easier. We need to find the height. Can this line be the height? No, it can't, because that's not a right angle, no square. That can't be the height, no square, it's not a right angle. That can't be the height, there's not a square touching that yellow line. It's not a right angle. That can't be the height, because there's no square there. It's not a right angle. There is a right angle here. That tells me that that line is the height. So the height is AE. Now, this one's the opposite. It's saying if line AE is the height, what is the base? So let's draw a line on AE. That is the height. So I need to find the right angle that's going off that line. Is there a right angle there? No. Is there a right angle there? No. So this and this cannot be the base. These two lines are going through it. That means this line, CB, must be the base. And that's where reading the question is important. Again, if line CD is the height, what is the base? Let's find line CD. So C is here, D is here. That is line CD. What line is at a right angle to CD? Well, let's follow it down. It's not that one, it's not that one, so it must be that one. And it is that one because we can see the little square. There is the little square. Finally, if line BF is the height, let's find BF. There's B, there's F. It's my best friend. That's the height. What's the base? Which line is at a right angle? It's not that one because that's not a right angle. It's not that one because that's not a right angle. It's that one because that is a right angle. You have your little square. There we go. So what line is that? That's AC. So we'd say the base is AC. Awesome.